Hello, welcome back to Masterful Divine Feminine 333. My name is Miss Divine, and I am so happy that you are here. We are going to take a look into your twin flame connection. Some of you may be feeling stuck again, a bit frustrated that your counterpart, could be your divine masculine, still hasn't completely surrendered to the connection. So as you can see, I have the surrender card faced upright. I actually attempted to do this reading, right? So bear with me a little bit. I attempted to do this reading yesterday and the audio didn't record. And it was actually a very good reading. I don't know if some of the same messages are going to come out, but if they do, I'll definitely let you know that it's similar or not at all similar to the recording I attempted to do yesterday. However, as I was setting up the table, I was really struggling to get the angle right. I have a very limited space, and I didn't even realize I had this card flipped over. I'm going to definitely shuffle again, but I decided to keep the card surrender flipped over because it falls in line with all of the messages and downloads that I've been getting. So for some of you, you may be finding yourself still trying to fit into things. It could be something physical as clothing or something more abstract as an environment, a relationship. You're trying to possibly hold on and fit into things that are not fitting. And it's time to stop forcing it, right? Stop forcing those connections, stop forcing the energetically the your counterpart to surrender. So let's actually get right into it. Again, thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, what I'm picking up right now on the energy is some feminines who are feeling frustrated, and possibly some masculines too who could also be feeling frustrated, like take it as it resonates, and flip the roles accordingly. But it's like your masculine, you may be feeling like your masculine is still choosing a karmic over you. And actually, before we begin, I want us to say this affirmation, that I trust in my divine connection. I trust that healing will lead the way. I trust that the more I surrender to the connection and release the outcomes and expectations, it makes room for the connection to evolve. I trust that as I evolve, my counterpart evolves. I trust that this connection has a greater purpose beyond coming into union with my divine counterpart. I'm like struggling to shuffle these cards. So some of the messages that came through yesterday were lessons. The masculine still has a good amount of lessons to go, and the card that came out was actually lessons, and the person holding the card had this book, like a really thick book, but the majority of the book was red. So for that particular group book of lessons that the counterpart has to learn, they're almost done. But if you're wondering why they still haven't made progress towards you, it is because they are still very much learning. There's still more lessons for them to learn. And another thing that came out was the masculine. Again, this was in the reading I attempted to do yesterday, but the audio didn't record. Another message that came out was the masculine being addicted to pain, right? So then I asked you, the traveler, what are some things that you are addicted to, right? Are you addicted to stalking your masculine social media? Are you addicted to checking their playlist and or their last scene? Like, what are still some habits that you are holding on to. Okay. So we got some new cards, we got some old cards. We got this card, receive, which is has strawberries. So being open-minded, abundant, ready, it's your time to receive. And I have to say that if you are in this disconnect, separation in the 3D with your counterpart, or maybe you do have some light communications, but they still haven't like stepped up to the plate to grow the relationship further, it's to use this time to to bear the fruit, right? Like to evolve. So when it is time for you to receive, you are ready. You are in a space of getting ready. So if there's some projects you want to do, if there's a particular fitness goal, whatever it is, like your life ought to continue. And this is a perfect opportunity for you to continue working on the things that you want to create for yourself. All the other cards are new: travel, movement, meeting, adventure. Be ready for a new experience. So possibly if you've been thinking about traveling this year or you haven't, like that card is definitely encouraging you to go out and meet new people. You will meet new people. Vibration, energy, and positivity. Raise your vibration to attract what you deserve. So as you are in this space of some frustration that your counterpart seems to still be choosing your karmic, it is so important that you align your vibration with the energy of receiving, right? Because if you're focusing on the karmic and then your counterpart choosing the karmic, well, you're further manifesting that in a way. Deception, mask, illusion, duplicity, look beyond the superficial. So it very much may seem like your counterpart is choosing someone else over you. And again, they're not even fully awakened to who they really are. So they're deceiving themselves by still wanting to make an effort with the other person, right? And at the end of the day, it's when you're in this state of frustration because they are possibly like still choosing someone else. I do think if you're watching this reading, you may, for some of you, you may be at the point where you're more accepting of it. You're like, you know what, like, to hell with it. It's just that at times, like, the energy pulls on you and you get frustrated. It's like you feel like you're being sucked back in, to wanting to control the outcomes, or getting sucked back into like being frustrated that yet once again your masculine is still unable to step up to the plate. There's been growth, there's been progress, there's may have even been apologies, there's levels of understanding on your behalf, even your counterparts we have, that supersedes how you guys were initially in the earlier stages of the connection. But then it's like these moments come up and it's like fertility. You want you want maybe to have a family. You want to plant new seeds in the direction, either with your masculine or without. And for the times that you are focused on planting the seeds in a new direction, this energy creeps up on you. And then you feel like you're getting sucked back into, oh, like, when already? When are they just going to like cut these people off that can't show them the love? Well, like, when are they going to open their eyes up to this connection? When are they going to stop talking about all the ways that they are not loved by all these other people that they're trying to have love them, and realize that you're here, you've been giving them all the love and attention, right? And that's like that deception. They fear an awakening, right? So when are they going to come out? I split the deck on fear and awakening. When are they going to have that awakening? Because they've had many awakenings already, and you have too, of releasing that fear of maybe whether or not you will take them back. And I don't think that they necessarily doubt that you no longer have love for them, but it's more like, well, have they moved on? Even though I know that they love me because of everything that has gone on between us, excuse me, have they decided to make a, as they say, what is it? Mind over heart, head over heart decision, and leave this connection, right? So there's the fear of them returning to you, but you not being receptive to it, right? Which we know here with receive, more than likely you will be. You actually are, as long as they come correct. There's also the fear of outside influences. There's the fear of change. Yeah, crossroads and stuck, right? Like your counterpart is continuously always at crossroads and then gets stuck, right? Why can't they just take that path that leads to you? Why do they get stuck? And I think that's what you're probably feeling, feminines or masculines, flip the roles if it resonates. But I think what you're feeling is that stuck energy. So now you're feeling stuck because you were over here planting new seeds. You're traveling, your vibration is high, you're in like divine feminine energy, and then that masculine energy, right, has you, because they're stuck. Now you're feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit annoyed, like getting into old habits. Okay, big goals. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. So yeah, I love that. Like, let's say you do want to get married, right? Like for real, for real. Let's say at the end of the day you want to get married to your counterpart. Some of you may even have gotten a reading and you may have a timeline, 1 year, 2 years, where the reader said you guys can move into this direction. But let's say you don't have a timeline, but your higher self knows that this is a divine connection and you're destined to be together, right? It's no longer a dream, it's a plan. So it's like, what are the necessary steps that you want to take so that you are ready? These are going to be things that are going to be good for you, regardless of the outcome. And it's such a fine line between understanding doing it for you could possibly lead to this outcome, but you get back into the space of just doing it for you. Like, the connection is intertwined. You're mirroring each other. There's always going to be that like cause and effect and that mirror energy, right? Like them feeling stuck, now you're feeling stuck. Them having the fears and I forgot what it was that came through yesterday. Oh, but like, oh, their addictions, them being addicted to pain, and then the mirror is now you. Okay, like, what are some things that I'm addicted to, like, right? So, counterpart connection aside, what goals do you have? Do you have any career goals? Do you have any business goals? Like, claim your place in the world. It's no longer just a dream. You can create it. Put in the necessary steps and have a plan of action and work towards it. For some of you that won't probably fully reunite in a romantic way with your counterpart for a couple of years, right? At least a year and longer, like, you use the time. It's gonna pay off either way. Like, don't keep having, wow, right, twin flames. So that card didn't come out yesterday. So big confirmation here that we are reading for your twin flame. Eternal love, reincarnation, passion, twin seeking union. You're both seeking union. At least that's what you're told to believe. We are told to believe, just in very different ways, right? Externally in different ways. But that inner work that you're doing, and we go more into that in my twin flame healing journey playlist, that inner work that you're doing, both of you are doing, is ultimately bringing you into union. Side note, someone commented on one of my videos, sorry, I don't believe in twin flames. And I was like, okay. And in my mind, I was like, okay, like you could have kept that to yourself, but okay, sure, that's why their opinions, share them. The other thing that came into mind was like, oh, honey, if you only knew how much sometimes twin flames struggle to believe in the concept of twin flames. And if you were to search it online, like, is it real, is it not real, you're going to find things supporting both, right? So Shiva and Krishna, right, were twin flames. And then if you look more from a Christian approach, no such thing exists, right? So you can get frustrated itself by trying to truly find an answer. You're not going to find the answer, but you've had this experience. Some of you probably always knew of a twin flame. For others of you, you didn't really come across like the word twin flame until you've met this person and you went through these intense emotions and spiritual awakenings, and your whole world turned upside down, and nothing or no one was able to give you the support, advice, and guidance that you needed. So long and behold, you probably googled like, why do I love this person so much, what's the difference between love and in love. You probably started to think, well, maybe it's more than love, maybe I'm just in love with them, right? And then I don't know, some way somehow you may have made your way to like a psychic, and they may have told you that, like, you're a twin flame, or you could have probably come across twin flame in your when you were searching, like this strong deep connection. And as they explained to you, or as you learned, like the dynamics of the connections, the chaser, the runner, the mirroring, the separations, the somewhat resemblance to a narcissistic empath paradigm, you're like, oh, okay, like this is fitting. This is fitting. So it's fitting to you. And even though at times, like now, you've struggled on this journey because, I don't think many people say often enough that it's a hard journey. And I think for divine feminines and or masculines who have done a significant amount of healing and spiritual awakening, when they get to this point that you may be right now, the purpose for this reading, where you're stuck because now your masculine is stuck and now you're picking up on that energy, it's almost like, can I catch a break? Like, you were feeling so good, planting these seeds, fertility, traveling, like feeling present. Some of you may have recently like reconnected with some family members or some friends. I'm hearing Leo for some of you, Sagittarius, Aruba. There's that. However, it's like this energy of stuckness has now got you feeling like, ugh, like enough already, So that affirmation that I said in the beginning, it's like really important for you to, no matter what, right? Like, no matter what, take a break, take a step back, realign yourself with those positive affirmations. Remember the importance of the journey. Create your own affirmations to help guide you, right? To help guide you, remembering the importance of the journey. So, in this reading, I'm telling you that yes, confirmation, you are in a twin flame connection, even though that may still frustrate some of you. And your counterpart is mirroring you and you are mirroring them. And so that stuck energy, what can you do to release that for you, which will and then help your counterpart to release their stuck energy as well, right? Okay, let's see. I don't want to make this reading too long because there's another twin flame reading I want to get to, and just some other content. Like I said, I did yesterday, but the mic didn't, the audio didn't record. So there's an important, I think, I'm saying that again, and I'll add to it about like taking a step back and checking something. I think sometimes on the journey we go and we go and we go and we heal and we release and we forget and we do all the things. But I think there may have been something that we missed, and I don't know why that's coming through. Flashbacks. I think there's a very strong energy right now with a lot of flashbacks. So you may just be having these crazy, not crazy, but like continuous flashbacks with your counterpart. And I think there's something that that was missed. Yeah, like there was something you may have missed, or like it's just sometimes the past wounds resurfacing. So a lot of your counterpart past wounds could be resurfacing and that energy is spilling over onto you. So again, have a check-in with yourself. Yeah, have a check-in with yourself. Always know that not everything that you're feeling is yours. And so like you can do that release prayer, which is basically saying like whomever you pray to, like release what's not yours. So that was interesting. Sacred space and so crossroads that come out. I wanted to say it again earlier, but I was like, let me not, because it didn't actually come out. It was just like the like underlying energy. Sacred space. So I love that. I love that. Like having your sacred space, your altar. It doesn't have to be grand, but you know, you can have your, I'm hearing essential oils, you can have your diffuser, you can have your flowers. If you don't want to have fresh flowers, artificial flowers, I'm getting white and yellow, green, pink, whatever you like, but those colors came through heavily, are beautiful. Some candles. If you don't want to use uh, real candles, you know, LED candles, but creating a sacred space, creating a space that's beautiful, a space for you to go and set your intentions. You can also have a sacred space. I believe it will be the southwest corner of your home. And you can leave there, like in a little jar or something. I have mine in a mason jar, some affirmations. Yeah, southwest, I believe, corner of your home, and crossroads, right? And I think both counterparts are at the crossroads. So it's more than just a mirroring effect. I think for a while, feminines and or masculines, you've been at this crossroad and follow your intuition. And in order to have that intuition guide you, what do we have to do? We have to be able to receive those messages, right? We have to be relaxed. We have to be in a meditative state. We can't be trying to control. Yeah, there's definitely something about coming through, and this didn't come through at all yesterday. There's definitely something about cleaning your home, cleaning the energy in your home. I almost want to burn my Palo Santo again, to be honest, right? There's definitely something about cleansing the energy. There can actually be a lot of karmic attacks happening right now, which, guys, I'm gonna have to burn this Palo Santo. Sorry. So there can definitely be, I'm definitely picking up on some karmic attacks, right? The more the counterparts awaken, and I think especially for the masculines, because feminines, you've cut off your karmic partners and toxic behaviors long before your masculine. So this is all new to the masculines and the people in their lives, and we know they created a very comfortable environment for some of their karmics. So with your energy being so powerful and so healing and you ascending, it's having that mirror effect on your masculine, and they're not showing up the way that they used to show up. That book that came out, if the lessons card comes out, I would be so happy. But the book on the lessons card showed how much work they have been doing. So they're definitely not showing up the same, they're not operating the same. But yes, there's definitely a lot of more work to be done. I mean, there will always be work to be done, but in this particular book of lessons, they're not finished with it. And because they are not finished with it at this time, they are definitely going to be at that crossroads. And you're feeling that heavily right now because I think separation, right? You're feeling that separation energy heavy right now. Focus on your own happiness. And yeah, that's always going to be the reoccurring, pause. That's always going to be the reoccurring message in the twin flame connection during separation. Focus on you, focus on you, focus on nurturing you. A minute at a time, a day at a time, go at your pace that's comfortable. Pause, inaction, calmness, step back, wait for the sign. Yeah, so just taking a step back for a minute from this connection. So you may have recently been connecting and it was a vibe, but they disconnected again. It's fine. You're like, you know what? Pause. Like, you chill over there, I'm gonna chill over there. I'm gonna keep going with the flow during the separation phase, because you have been doing that. It's just that their energy right now has triggered you so much. Their past wounds that have been coming up to the surface has triggered you so much. I do think if you allow this time to really flow and energetically clean the energy as much as possible and disconnect as much as possible, that you're going to have a nice shift, like that consistent flow of, okay, I want you in my life. I don't know yet if it's going to be that romantic connection. For some of you, maybe. For some of you, it can just be a more casual friendship, something in between. But either way, I do think by fall, winter, there would be a nice, so romance came out, there will be a nice shift. Romance came out. For some of you, it's definitely going to be a more romantic and then connection, but then also open yourself to romance, which I think many of you have been trying to do, but then like they pull on your energy and you get stuck. So continue traveling. Okay. Regret, remorse, life regrets. So a lot of them are feeling the regret and just working on making more empowered choices. Journal. Your counterpart could be journaling a lot more. It's also a great reminder to you to also journal, like especially when you need to process, contemplate, and help. It just helps you better understand this like sacred journey you're on, and just like rise above the karmic attacks, right? Rise above the pettiness, all that energetic, because you may not know exactly what's being said, but you can feel it. Yeah, try to get one more. And solitude. So going deep within yourself. You're both doing that, but feminines, you lead the way. And at this point, I'm going to say the one who awakens more to the connection leads the way. So if you're a masculine watching this connection and you've awakened more to your twin flame connection than your divine feminine, then you're leading the way. So whomever it is, creating that altar, that sacred space, going into solitude, rebalancing, clearing the energy will help the connection come from this crossroads that it's at, right? Okay, this is, I don't even remember what this deck is. Let's see. This is Love Tarot, Romantic True Love Tarot. Let's see what messages come out here for you. I think I want to stand. Like, you want to know why they're stuck? That came out more yesterday. And it was that they were, yeah, addicted to past, addicted to pain, addicted to suffering. So let the past go. So can we rewind time and go back to before we were both broken down by life? Our past holds us back from our future. So a lot of the wounding that you're, both of you, right? But in this case, specifically them, there's some past wounds that they have not healed from, and they're definitely kicking up right now. So for that, they just aren't able at this time. They're not finished learning the lessons. The lessons card didn't come out, but I'm gonna go back in that deck before. Sort of, that's not the word I was trying to say. I'll return to that deck and get a few more cards soon. I'm going to contact you soon, so they definitely will reach out to you soon. Just keep cleansing the energy yourself. Missing you. I miss you. I wish things were different. Yeah, they do. Like, they wish that they just weren't stuck. They just wish that they didn't have the regrets and the fears, right? They wish that they did a better job at healing from their trauma. Um, it's almost like they were healing and then just tucked everything away. Showing out, I'm acting like I don't care about what's happened between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. So for those of you where it's like, well, damn it, you still haven't apologized yet, like you're just going to have this conversation with me and not acknowledge what's happened, they're not ready to talk about it yet. And unclear, I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore, right? And it has nothing to do with the fact that they don't love you. They absolutely love you. They're just stuck. They don't know how you feel about it. And at times, guess what? You don't know how you feel about it. Something is missing, right? Go back and journal what you think is missing. What do you think is missing? What's the lesson that you think you missed, feminines? Something is missing. Alone and mystery. So they're definitely feeling, you both could be feeling alone, but the divine is with you. And mystery, you're entering unknown territory, because even though honestly, like, you got stuck in this space, I'm hearing strongly for your counterpart though, they really are taking a leap of faith here. What I was saying was, even though like you got a little bit stuck, you're like, mm-hmm, I'm going to keep moving forward. I don't really know truly the future of this connection, but I've done too much work to get stuck and stay stuck. Fall, this card did peak earlier, and I had wanted to say, I did say it, right? Like, yeah, possible nice step in a very much more consistent connection by the fall. Changes in the air, your answers arrive in autumn. Yeah, I know it. Why autumn? Because they're still in denial. hmm There's still so many repressed emotions, the fear of rejection from you, the trauma from rejection in the past. They're not in a position right now to give you those answers, for you to hear it, because you know, right? But they're not in a position to step up to the plate, tell you what it is, and continue moving in that direction. And that's why it seems like they're still choosing the karmic over you. We're going to try to, man, I'm fighting for that lesson card to come out. Marriage, wow. Awakening. Now, oof, divine timing on the bottom of the deck. I'll say this, and then fear, right? And I'm going to take creativity. Oh my God, and then runner. So it's like there's this yo-yoing, right? There's this like, okay, you trust, that, yeah, okay, so they're ascending. You're both ascending, you're both healing. It's going to be this kind of like up and down, but not down, like just down where like this energy that you're feeling right now, but progress is still being made. Marriage is extremely possible with your counterpart or with someone else. If there's a creative project you've been wanting to do, um, get on it. Be inspired and bring your greatness out. Awakening to your connection. Your twin is awakening to your connection. And as always, divine timing. Having patience, right? And good job. Like, honestly, I think that's maybe one thing like you need to hear more of is no one truly understands the amount of patience that it takes for a counterpart to have for the other counterpart. So you should be proud of yourself for all of the work you've done, all of the patience and the perseverance that you have shown. trust that divine knows when. And I know that you know that, but here's that reminder, right? And fear, darkness, hesitation, insecurity, know that you are protected. So they may be going through a dark night of the soul, or even an awakening. Either way, I mean, they're kind of like the same, right? Clarity is coming. Let them have this space. You've been doing so great with them having this space anyway. Potential. Your potential is limitless. So yeah, if you're watching and shake a leg, shake a leg. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're bright, you're creative. Like tap into that creativity. Okay, one more card. And summer. It's time to see the sunny side. Your answers would arrive in summer. So we got fall for some of you, and we got summer for some of you. Where if depending on when you, oh, look what's at the bottom of the deck. I got it. The bottom of the deck. Okay, that made me happy. Yeah. Ooh, and all. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, so we got lessons, right? And this is the book that I've been talking about this entire reading, where like it almost looks like there's a bookmark, and all of this is done, and there's this much more to go. So it's not a lot. It's only like 30%. But again, this is one book. I do feel like the other book, you guys will be sharing that book together. There are more lessons. And then also at the bottom of the deck was offer. So we got a lot of reconciliation cards and big ones too. Marriage, offer. We got the twin flame card. The potential is here. How do you take this energy and do your mirror work to understand what it is that you need to do? So you're feeling stuck, your masculine is stuck, right? Your masculine is still learning lessons. You do the mirror work. Like, what lessons are you learning? Is there maybe something that I miss? How do you release the stuck energy? Put back that boundary between you and stalking their social media, right? Constantly watching and feeling the need to watch it. Go back to practicing gratitude. Go back to having better daily habits for yourself, right? Compromise is coming, and summer, fall may seem like a while away, but if you have a lot of things that you want to do for yourself, it really isn't that far. So this is it. This reading again, just very similar to yesterday, but the marriage, the divine timing, all the confirmations of union did not come out in yesterday's reading. Well, I thank you for watching. Again, my name is Miss Divine. If you want to have a one-on-one session with me, I do have a Twin Flame 1111 special on my website where we can talk for about 15-20 minutes to go over, get to know each other a little bit more, and before you commit to a full-on personal reading. Please do like, comment, and subscribe sooner rather than later. I'm going to start a promotion and give away a free reading, and you'll have to like, subscribe, and comment. If anything resonated with you, please do let me know in the comment section. So thank you for watching, and we will chat soon.